Yo,
This
this is crazy. New levels, new levels. The whole crew's on that new level.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. We are back at another episode of Praçazul. Our guest today is an amazing young artist, musician, songwriter, composer, singer. She's a beast on the stage, and we're going to talk about her evolution, and we're going to talk about her present day and her future plans. We got the one, the only, Shantel Texeira in the house today. Shantel, what's up?
What's up?
How we doing?
Man,
We're chilling.
No
You look
complaints.
great. You look awesome as always. As always. Yeah, where are we gonna start? You know what? We're gonna start actually, because we've been talking for a while, and I know, I don't even have to talk to you. I've been watching your Instagram posts and all that, and I know that you went on a trip to Europe recently. It was a pretty long trip as well. Tell us about it. Tell us where you went. Tell us how you felt when you got there, and tell us how you're feeling now.
So I was in Spain, Valencia, for 4 months. I left January 13th and came back just a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
And it's for school. So I go to Berklee College of Music, and there's an option to like study abroad. And I never did it in high school because I was so focused on like getting good grades and making sure I was all set for college. So there were a lot of opportunities I missed. So I was like, all right, now let's get into it.
Let's go.
It was amazing. I went to Madrid, Valencia, Barcelona, and then I hit Venice, Italy for a couple of days.
Ooh, how was Venice?
It's so like I felt like I was on a Disney set. It felt so unreal, but
so
at the same
amazing.
time so sad because I think it's definitely gonna go underwater. Like,
Yeah?
at some point. Yeah, the
Oh,
whole
wow.
city's like
It's
under.
just getting lower and lower.
Yeah, it's an
Wow,
unfortunate
that's
situation.
crazy.
But for now, at least,
Did you do the boat ride with the guy?
I did. Oh, what's it called again? Oh, there's a name for it and I forget. Yeah.
I forgot to.
Yeah, no, it was so
I think I've seen
beautiful.
it on the.
Yeah, I just know the guy that goes, and you're sitting back
I
with your
should
big,
know
with
the
your
name
big,
of
with
it,
your
yeah.
big head, with your big hat on, like awesome. So, what was actually the intention of going there? What was the reason?
So I studied all during that entire time my regular major, music business. So the actual like studies didn't change, but I knew that I needed like just a new pace. I'm from Boston and I'm going to school. I went to high school in Boston and college in Boston. So it was just a lot of the same things like my entire life, and I needed something to just challenge myself, and that was definitely a challenge. Like even though I knew Spanish, it was like as soon as I got there, it was just very difficult to navigate, figure out how this train system works, and it was definitely a lot. Buying groceries and figuring out what everything is, but like I did that to force myself out of my comfort zone.
Did you like
I had
it?
to. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh man.
They say that success is on the other side, right?
Man.
Of comfort.
It's just a
That's
different.
really nice that you saw that you needed that to kind of experience a different culture and learning. So you were taking like classes as well, right?
Yeah.
Study abroad. So that's great that you actually noticed that you needed that and you went for it.
Yeah.
That's really
Thanks.
awesome.
Trying,
That's really
man.
awesome.
Trying.
I love it.
Life is
I
too
love
short.
Another thing that I've noticed is you recently cut your hair. Was it before you went on your trip?
It was like the last day of 2022.
So that's
So
my
I was
question.
literally like, new me.
Do you? Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you.
I should have that question for you. I was like, as a woman, I know how hair like represents us so much. Yeah. And I seen on a post that you do have, like, you do cut your hair a lot. And is that something that you feel like a part of expression, or you do it as just a static reason?
Yeah, this was my first time like doing this big of a chop, and I feel like my hair has definitely been like such a huge part of how I expressed myself, and it was such a big reason why I felt so connected to like being African and being Cape Verdean, because when I was in private school for like 7 years, I only blow dried my hair. In the beginning, and my parents will fight me on this, but in the beginning it was because I just vividly remember this. I did not like having curly hair. Everybody else around me had straight hair.
Oh,
and it was
wow.
so easy to just run their fingers and put up ponytails. So in the beginning, that is why I did it. Even though it was really painful, that's why I kept doing it. And then once I got to high school, I kept doing it for like another 3 years up until senior year, because it was just easier to manage. And I didn't know how to take care of it on my own.
Yeah.
But then senior year is when I was like, oh, that's when I started doing like the whole singing thing by myself, the whole Shantel C image, and understanding like my roots as a Cape Verdean American woman. So that's when I was like, okay, I need to not
Embrace it.
Yeah, exactly.
And how is the style? Are you on time more now that you have less time to spend on your hair? I always wonder why women just don't do it. They just cut it and wear a freaking wig, because it's just, every woman that I know that cuts their hair, they're like, oh my God, I have so much more time on my head. It's just basically wash it, and I'm good.
Like me right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
Okay.
women usually braid their hair when they go on vacation and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because
So
you don't
that's
have to.
time
You don't have to worry
waste
about it.
For hair.
Yeah.
Like ours, we be like doing too much.
So no regret, no regrets.
I know.
No
No
regrets.
regrets.
No.
No
Yeah,
regrets. I
that's
told
fine.
everyone like, it's gonna grow back.
And this looks really
Yeah.
dope.
It looks
It
really
looks
nice on
really,
you.
really
It's
dope.
so
I
new.
love it.
So I never
love
thought
it.
I would do this.
So this is the shortest that you went.
Yeah, and even now,
It
like
was
it's
short, yeah,
grown
it's grown,
since
yeah.
January,
Yeah.
because I was like, okay, I'm going to Europe, and it's a new season, new era of Shantel. It's gonna change the whole game.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
That's really dope.
Was
Thank
there
you.
the only place that they had as an option to do study abroad, or there was like other countries to go to?
Yeah, nah, they only have one in Valencia, but I think they're working on Abu Dhabi, and they have some
Dhabi.
other. Yeah.
That's a far one.
Yeah,
It's a culture
but
shock.
I'm not too sure about that. But I know for certain Valencia was the only option that we had.
Okay, awesome. Awesome.
That's nice.
So you made friends, you're going back?
I did make like I met this family. Shout out to Jack and Maya. It was so random. I was at this tech conference, and yeah, they're like one of the most open-minded parents I've ever met in my life. Such a beautiful
Nice.
family. So I'd probably honestly go back for them, and then
Wow.
like the professors that I had, just
Good
to see them
connection,
again.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet. Apart from that, though, I didn't get to meet like a bunch of
Did
natives.
you do anything with music? Did you write anything different over there? Or were you just locked away from it?
I went to this one jam session at this like local bar, and in my head, it was like a open mic. So I was thinking to myself like, because it's been a while. It's been a while because I don't really do all that stuff anymore. But in the back of my head, I was like, dang, like what if I just did it for fun? I don't know, because I feel like
Did you?
no, I didn't. But I don't know. It'd be cool. I would go back just to do like a couple songs to see how they react to Cape Verdean music, because I feel like they probably have never heard it before. But also, Spain is right next to Portugal, and I know our music is really similar to Portuguese, like with an African twist.
Yeah,
so
of course.
I feel like they'd really like it.
I think so too. Yeah, let's talk about the main thing here. Music, which, how we all got introduced to you.
Yes.
Music is what we all wish to hear more from you, but you've gone into a different direction as of late. Tell the people about it. What happened? Where are you now? And hopefully you're going to make an album soon.
I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I'm so honored that people still appreciate my music. I think it's not completely dead. I'm gonna still keep performing on the side. You know, I like to help out for fundraisers and just honestly whatever events, especially cultural ones that people need me for. I'm there. But in terms of, I don't remember the last time I've written anything. It never started out as like a release for me, like it is for most artists, or like a way to express. And the first song I released wasn't even written by me, so yeah, my passion kind of shifted as soon as I learned more about the business side of things, which is what I'm studying. And there's this one quote that my professor said that, like, literally, if I had to pin a reason or pin a moment as to when my mindset changed, it would be when she said that. She said, you either do what you love in life or you do what you're good at. And sometimes what you love is not necessarily what you could be the best at. So
That is so true.
So you're saying that, like, you know, when musicians walk in the door and they see an instrument, they usually right away they play it. Like whenever I'm hanging out with Keila or whatever, and he sees some freaking piano somewhere, he's just gonna sit behind the piano. So if you see a guitar right now or anything, you see somebody making music, they're like, nothing itches, like nothing is like, yo, I really miss it. No,
No,
oh my
no.
God, Shantel.
no. I mean, if people are like singing, maybe I'll chime in. But I mean, guitar, I can't play instruments. Like I play. When you go to
play
Berklee, no, I play. You
Oh,
don't
okay.
understand.
Yeah,
when
I
you
know.
go to
I get it.
Berklee,
I get
you
it.
put a lot of things into perspective, and you
get it.
realize that you don't know as much as you think
As
you
you
did.
think you did?
Yeah.
What kind of instruments you really like to play the most if you had to play?
Probably guitar. I tried piano. I didn't get too far with that. I know like the basics, and even with guitar, I still know the basics. But I really love how like the instrument can be both rhythmic and melodic at the same time, and but it's so complicated. Like I can't improvise on guitar. I don't know as much as people think I do.
No, you
I
know how
know
to play
enough
your
to get me by.
songs.
Yeah, I know enough to get me by, but like
yeah.
I admire people who are just know that instrument in and out. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. No, we had what's his name again? Craig here the other day.
Yeah.
You met Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he told us about his journey and how he basically learned how to play on that level within a year or two, and that was crazy.
He just stayed in his
Room
room for 2 years.
locked himself up, and that was
Locked
it.
himself up.
That's what you gotta do.
No, that's what he did. That's what he did. So right now, music is not the option. My heart is broken, okay? You could have told me that, you know, my nose is ugly or something like that. It's just like, that wouldn't do nothing. But the fact that you're not making
my
music
God.
is the worst thing to me, because I love you on stage. I really, really love you on stage. And so just to be clear to the people, you know, watching this, like, was there something that killed your passion, or was it like, hey, it was never really my passion?
Yeah, I think the latter.
The latter.
I did enjoy doing it. That's the thing. Like there was definitely enjoyment there. But I think something new just came along. Like if I hadn't found out about the business side and specifically A&R, that's like what I hope to do after college. If I had never found out about that, I would still be trying to like do the artist thing as my main.
Awesome. Talk a bit about that A&R, because it is a huge challenge.
Yeah.
Dealing with the personalities of an artist versus the challenges of the music business. Why do you think that is something that you can do really well? Is it because you have patience and you understand both sides? Why would an artist want you as an A&R?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what you just said is definitely a big part of it. And I think we need more people in the industry who understand that. There's a lot of music business people who are focusing more on the business than the music, and are very just business-minded people. And those people are great. You know, you need them for like the finance part and the legal part. But even with all of those more business sides of the industry, you always need to go back to the artist. The artist should be the focal point of everything, because that's what makes the industry move.
True.
All these streaming platforms would not be where they are without like everything is that
true.
the art should be at the center of everything. And I just being an artist, of course, I understand that having that background is so helpful, but also I think I just have empathy. It's that simple.
Empathy and passion. And you got still love for music. That's still there. Yeah, love for good music, at least. Yeah, that's there. Okay. No, don't get me wrong. I think you're going to do great. Because, like you said, a lot of these promoters, a lot of these A&Rs, you know, they're in it for what's the money in it, and then the music second. You know, they don't know what it takes to make a great album. They don't know the patience. They don't know how to form an album. You know, what like as far as the different elements that you need. And I think you any artist that has you as an A&R has another artist basically making an album with them, because you know you can see it. So I think you're gonna do. I think you're gonna do really great in that field, and I wish you nothing but luck and love. And I'll cry. I'll cry off stage whenever I see somebody up there just messing up on stage. I'll be like, I wish Shantel was there.
Try to make up like events so she can just go and do
I know, right?
performance.
I know.
What's your favorite part of doing that?
I think my favorite part, and arguably what I think is the most important, is understanding the artist's purpose. Because nothing, like I can't work on anything else with the art. I can't work on your next release. We can't do promo. We can't do marketing. Like all the other extra stuff that comes with building the artist's brand cannot happen if I don't know the purpose. And that starts with like a conversation like this. It is like the most beautiful thing to like hear someone's story and then connect the dots with their music and what they're trying to say, and like literally see inside of their heart. Because then once I have that information, everything else is easy. But if you don't have a story,
how are you gonna deal with the lesser artist? Because you know we have a lot of artists in the game that could be considered popular, but they're great artists, like Bruno Mars, for instance. You know, that's a great artist that just basically makes popular music, pop music. But there's also a lot of pop artists that, you know, their love for the art is not. They're like more about the bag than, you know, about their art. How do you? Is that somebody that you then move away from and say, hey, I can't really, you know, I can't be your agent or your A&R, or is that something that you're like willing to deal with as well?
I mean, at the end of the day, if it's like a really big artist and then I can benefit from that, like that's not my main priority, but it's like, it's gonna be an honor for me either way, because not only do I get introduced to that artist, even if I don't like them, and I can already think of artists that like I've said I do not want to work with, but if push comes to shove, I'm gonna do it.
You'd be like a sponge.
Yeah, no, literally, I say this all the time. I love being a sponge.
Just take it all in.
But yeah, I just
Take whatever it takes.
exactly.
All right. Let's talk about Berklee. You know, your school that you went to, full tuition, scholarship.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's not a small thing to do. Berklee is a very accomplished, very great school, right? Like when it comes to music, it's a good credited school, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the best ones out here.
For sure.
Yeah. So, well, congratulations with that. All right. That's another thing that you did out of a million things that you do. So what year are you in right now? And what are the challenges that you've had throughout school?
I have one more semester left.
Oh, nice.
Technically, I'm a senior, but I'm graduating a semester early.
Oh,
Cheers to that.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get out of here.
Awesome.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Like kind of helped you to finish it up like earlier?
Nah, I think what helped me graduate earlier is because I came in with transfer credits, and I had done Berklee's summer program 2 summers before, and you get credit from those summer programs. So it was a mix of those and then like the high school, college courses that I had taken, like the AP classes.
Nice.
Yeah, I realized like not too long ago, I thought I was just gonna be done in spring 2024, and then they told me I would be early.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not complaining.
Yeah, I'm not.
Somebody else that's about to walk in your path, what would you tell them?
Asking the questions. It's so tough because I think a lot of it was just up here. Like I wouldn't blame, like the academics were great. The people, you know, okay, you know, you find your people just like you do. Yeah. I think when people go to Berklee, it's like, of course you have to audition with an instrument. Like they
do that?
They have another major where now you don't, but that's new. I'm gonna ignore that for a second. But like for the most part, you audition with an instrument, and like it's almost a given that you're gonna want to be on stage. So, and then I didn't know that there's so many jobs off the stage, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And when you look at artists, all you think about is the people on the stage, the dancers, the musicians, of course the person who's front and center. So I think, you know, these are things I wouldn't have known if I didn't go to Berklee at the same time.
Exactly.
But I think just having an open mind in general, in any part of life. Like I have what I want to do now. I don't know that might change.
Might change again.
I don't know. We'll see.
That's awesome, yo. That's awesome.
Did you had any other plans besides going to Berklee College?
I did. I had like a whole, cause I'm a realistic person, very realistic. So
You had
even
plan
though,
B and everything.
yeah, no, Berkeley was the dream for a while, but I was like, I'm not going to college if I have to pay. Like so in the beginning, I wasn't going to Berkeley. I was gonna go to Northeastern because the package was better. I wasn't gonna pay anything. I was like,
It's
okay.
right there, actually.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, it sucked, but I told myself like, hey, even if I'm not at Berkeley, I'm still in Boston, I can still go to the campus, and they don't check who goes inside the building. I will network and find a way, but my goal, my priority was to not have my parents pay for anything.
So if you have to go and sign Jay-Z or Rihanna, who would you sign?
They're both signed already. They were both unsigned artists. Who would I sign?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Rihanna. Of course.
Yeah, but this isn't telling of like who's better than the other. I would just go with Rihanna only because, dang, even the arguments that I have for her, it's just first of all, I have a stronger connection with her. I've been listening to her music more than Jay-Z, even though I should be listening to more Jay-Z. So that's
Why you
We
think
totally-
you should?
probably, but I think they're both phenomenal artists. They not only do they have music that has literally shaped the music industry, but they have all these other. They're more than just artists. All their businesses.
You like the business about it,
Jay-Z's
too, yeah.
Rock Nation is literally a whole empire. Rihanna has her own empire with Fenty, Savage. So,
And she came from Rock Nation.
Ice Spice, would you sign her?
yeah, I would.
Why?
She, for just off of her music, let's start there. I think she's bringing something a different sound that I at least in my generation have not heard before. And even in her interviews, like the way she conducts herself is one of the most down-to-earth, genuine people. Yeah, no, I just think she's very down-to-earth. I love this new like laid-back, chill rap vibe that she's got going on. I love that she represents New York. I think
New York always has one.
her branding has been really great. Whoever's on her team,
Oh yeah, they figured all that stuff out.
Phenomenal
Yo.
job.
Right now they're doing really well with all those girls. Like what is it, Big Lotto or Lotto? What's her name? Lotto, the one that did Lottery, and the one with Mariah Carey. Like they know how to brand these guys now. Ever since Nicki and Cardi came, it's like now they know exactly what they want to do with the ladies. You know, it's really dope. The Celtics just lost. I just wanted to say that just because it rubs it in. But then I have a
wait a minute, are you not?
I'm not a freaking Celtics fan, forget it. I'm not a Celtics fan, yes. I'm happy. And plus I'm going to Miami, so I get to see a game in Miami while we're there. So that's going to be awesome. But the Celtics just lost, but you also had the honor of singing
Nice
a
segue.
national anthem at the Celtics game. That's the only reason I threw that in there. How was that experience, and how did they even approach you to do that?
I got it through Berklee City Music, which is a high school program kind of organization under Berklee that I did for a year before I went. Actually, that's where I got my scholarship from. So I literally would not be here without them. Like I try and give back as much as I can.
What's the name of the high school again?
City Music.
City
Berklee
Music.
City Music. They have one in Boston, and then they have like different sites all over.
Nice.
The
And it's
country.
just basic high school, but then focused on music.
Yeah, so
That
they
it?
have like master classes, ensembles, and then theory classes. And it's not just for high school. They have a middle school prep academy as
Oh,
well.
nice.
So
Were you nervous for that?
yeah,
Because it's a different type of stage.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking around, and it's like, you know, sometimes when you're on stage, you can just turn around and be like, and then turn back. But like, it's a whole circle of people, right?
yeah, it was a lot bigger than I imagined. The players were like so much bigger than I imagined. Like they look unreal.
Yeah,
Like
so tall, yeah.
like steroids unreal. I was not expecting them to be like gigantic. And then I'm so small, so of course it's like even more than what you would think. But it was absolutely amazing.
What year was that again? 16, 17?
I don't even know.
Was it a regular game or?
Yeah, it was a regular game.
game?
It was really tough though because I had never sung in an arena like that, and the feedback was the hardest thing. To like everything I sang, it would come back to me a second later. So
Wow.
tempo and like finding pitch was
That's why
really
people always
tough.
slow up when they sing that.
You had
But you
any
sounded great.
rehearsal?
No, I didn't. Most people don't.
No?
Oh.
Yeah, but it was really dope.
Got a
though.
standing O?
I feel they already stand.
A few people
They already
stand.
stand. It's the national
Hey,
anthem.
just take it. Hey, I had a standing O. Forget it.
What are your favorite artists for the moment? At this moment, actually, where you been vibing to?
Yeah, a lot of them are not like big name because I have to listen to the people
That's
who
right.
aren't there yet.
Yeah.
But Miles, he's this really small, but he's up and coming artist. Very like hip, kind of a smoothie artist in terms of like in terms of genre. Like he's
What
got
is
like
smoothie?
funk. His in terms of his genre, it's like funk and R&B and a little bit of like soul in there.
Okay.
Very strong
His name is
producer
Miles?
artist. Yeah.
Awesome.
Jordan Ward is another one. I'm very excited about Jordan Ward.
Okay.
He's been popping off lately.
Okay, so this is a question I ask for all my young artists. If Millie gets it back tomorrow and it's like, yo, Shantel, we're going to go in the studio and make an album. First of all, you're going to say yes. And second, what kind of genre are we making? So are you going to say yes?
It doesn't sound like I have a choice, so. True. I mean, I've always wanted, like, the thing is, I still have ideas for myself as an artist. Like, then they pop up into my mind from time to time, but I'm like, what would be so cool? Because I really think I had a really good story, and there wasn't really anyone, at least my age, who was doing something like that. And shoot, somebody can take my idea right now. A child born in America trying to find her way back to Cabo Verde. Like that was the whole
That was
point.
the story.
Yeah, and it's just, it's
still there.
Substance. Yeah.
It's still
so,
there.
you know, I always wanted to take American genres and fuse it with Cape Verdean ones in ways that haven't really been done before.
That's awesome.
When you think about Cape Verdean community, what do you think is lacking for now? As it could be also
question.
just in general, it could be just as a music industry.
Love.
Love.
Wow,
Like
that's powerful.
love for each other, and I don't know why it seems like it's been like this for a minute. I see it in my own family. I see it you know, when I was around all the Cape Verde musicians, I had people just like stop talking to me and stop supporting me out of nowhere for like no reason. And I don't completely blame our community because I think this is a wider thing with America after having gone to Europe and seeing how they work. I think our values of like having clout and building our own reputation and like really making everything about the self destroys any community. And I think Cape Verde community has suffered from that too, which is unfortunate, but I just
And what do you think is the solution for that problem?
it's a whole mindset shift, and I don't know how to do that because especially with the older generation, a lot of them aren't willing to listen to young people like me. They're very
Stuck
the
in
people
their
who are
ways.
stuck the people who are stuck seeing the world the way that they do, I think, are a lost cause. And I've learned that. That's not my job to educate you. This is 2023. We have access to technology and resources. Teach yourself. If you're ignorant about something, literally go on the internet, and that's not my job to sit here and try and explain to you why it's beneficial for us to put our heads together and love on each other. That's I will never understand why such a simple concept is so hard to grasp onto.
But this is something that I want to ask, and I might be out of line, but I've talked about this a lot of times with the guys here as well. Like, there's a pattern in the female artists, their careers, right? We talked about the hottest female artists, CV artists right now who are out. I can name 5 or 6 of them that have not dropped an album at all. All they do is drop singles. Cobb even brought it up in our last interview where he spoke about our interview that we had with Ingrid Monteiro. You know Ingrid? Yeah, who, you know, to me has one of the greatest voices in our culture, and never dropped an album, you know, and her struggles dealing with it. Now you as well, even though you have different reasons for it, I can still see that there's a reason why you're not missing it, I guess. You know what I mean? So my question is, why do women in our culture get shut down? And why do you guys accept it so easily? Like to get, shut down. Like if that's a thing, because I feel that you guys should basically, like even Mel, I've had Mel on the show as well, and she's, off camera, she's let me listen to her music. Brilliant music that not even the best male musicians out there can even compete with.
Right.
But then she gets shut down because of life or because of American culture or because of just, the male influence in the game. So why don't you guys fight back? Like, come and whoop these guys badly. I'm on y'all side. I want you.
They're not fighting back.
Because the product is not coming. You know what I mean? Mel having a great product, not being able to put it out. You now kind of turning your back, not turning your back, but basically looking at a different direction of giving us your music influence. I want product. I want music. I'm so selfish with this, but
No,
I see the pattern. And I'm like, what is going on? What is wrong here?
Yeah. See, I haven't spoken to them specifically about like their path in music. I'm sure there are other reasons apart from, including like, it is very difficult to just put product out there. You can have the material like if you regularly songwrite, but like finding the right team, and then of course there's finances involved. Like I just don't know what the underlying reason behind it is, but I think we've all been, still performing and making sure that like our presence is known. When I do see any of them perform, it's they own the stage.
Yeah. It feels like we're getting away from the next, not Cesaria, but just the next big female artist. You know what I mean? And it's just things like this that, that I'm looking for it. I'm looking for the reason. I want to beat up the reason that this keeps happening, that we have these beautiful artists, these beautiful women, that represent our culture, but we don't get, let's not even talk about an album because I always say album, but we don't get the full potential from them, we don't get to hear their story, like you said. And I hope that just changes. Yeah.
I mean, I will say too, like, you just brought me back to this one experience that Mel and I had. Like, I don't blame, if the reason is just because they lost the passion for it or the love for it, it's specifically Cape Verdean music industry, I wouldn't blame them. There was one show that Mel and I had, it was just so unprofessional, and they were asking for these ridiculous things from both of us, and to the point where like Mel couldn't do it, and neither of us ended up doing it because they ended up cutting us out of the show like the day before. It wasn't So this specific industry, there's so much work that needs to be done on so many levels I'm not even gonna get into, but I don't blame Cape Verdean female artists for not wanting to keep doing this over and over again.
And I see it in everything,
Who's your favorite artist?
Cape Verdean or American?
Like your favorite artist ever?
Oh.
Give us top three Cape Verdean and that top three.
Okay. That makes it so much
outside.
easier. Okay, top Cape Verdean, I have to put Gil Cimedo on there because
it's Gil?
Yeah, but like he's been, at the time when I was doing the whole artist thing, he was a very important figure in my life. I got the chance to like sit down with him, and
we saw that.
I spoke to him about like how his journey matched up so much with mine, and I was kind of trying to do something similar. He's just been an inspiration for a while. Elida Almeida.
Yes.
I got to meet and sing with at Cesaria's. Wow. She made me sit on her lap, and I was like older than 16. I don't think she knew that, so it was like, this is probably weird, but
I gotta find that video.
it's not on the internet. But I remember thinking in my head, like, damn, this is kind of weird, me sitting on a grown woman's lap.
Yeah, and she wasn't that old either.
But she definitely thought I was like 12. Oh, wow. Most people think I am.
Shame on you.
Yeah, no. No. It was so fun. She was like probably the second song I ever learned.
She had an awesome album.
We've got that. Three good artists, Cape Verdean artists.
Gil Smith,
and then now you get
No, she hasn't said the third. Who's the third?
Mayra.
Oh, Mayra. Okay, yeah Mayra.
Man, mean, it's so basic to put Beyonce on the list, but
Put Beyonce.
But I have to, because in terms of like living legacy artists of my time, she's this, that's that.
Beyonce.
I could go on and on. I was in a Beyonce ensemble, like Berklee.
I saw that too.
It was,
The
I've
dancing?
never experienced anything like that in my life, and it just made me like appreciate and see her artistry in a completely different way. Yeah. So yeah, her. I suppose, yeah, Rihanna, which I was also in the Rihanna ensemble.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
seeing a pattern here.
All right. So two. You said Beyonce, Rihanna.
Lauryn Hill / Alicia Keys.
Oh, Alicia. Yeah, I could see you as an
Thank you
Alicia.
for bringing Alicia Keys.
I could see you as an Alicia. You actually.
Sounds
That's like the closest one that I would. I don't like comparing artists at all. But somebody that I can see, like when I see you on stage, it's like, oh my God. It's like you love being on stage. I felt like you really loved music, and like, you know, it's like you had this boyfriend that was like your greatest crush and love at all times. And I'm like, wow, you guys are gonna make it. And then a week later, like, we broke up. I'm like, what happened?
Such a good analogy.
What happened? No, I'm
It's a situationship.
situate. Okay, all right, you're gonna hit me with that one. Now I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. So Dream Features, who can still call you right now and get you in the studio?
Yeah, like a duet.
All three of the artists I mentioned.
Maida, Elida,
All three of
Jill.
them. I will sprint.
You will sprint?
Yeah. I will sprint.
I'm here. All right, that's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome. What
Have you
else we
worked
got?
with any like people, an artist here in Cape Verdean community or in Brockton?
Yeah.
Projects.
I did a couple songs with Drama. He's from Connecticut, rapper. Did 2 projects with him, and they were really, really great. And he's very like, when he has an idea, he sees all of it.
Sees all of
He's
it.
definitely a visionary. I love working with him. Yeah, one of my greatest friends here, honestly.
That's awesome.
That's the interaction you want to have as an AR.
You know, yeah.
Right.
Like with the
With
type
them,
of artists that the more that they see, the better, because then that puts less work on me to try and figure out what you see. Like, that's certain things I can't help you find, like that purpose that we were talking about. I cannot figure that out for you.
Have you been to Cape Verde, actually?
No, but I will make it happen. I was kind of upset that my first like international trip was Europe instead of Africa, and I was even gonna try and go to Morocco because it's like right under Spain, but I just, first of all, it doesn't make sense to not go with my family. Like, I'm not gonna go by myself.
Yeah.
So
You want to go as a group?
Where's your family from in Cape Verde?
my dad was born in Fogu and then came when he was 7. Oh, don't kill me if I got that wrong.
That's fine.
And then my mom was born here, but
Oh, so you wasn't
Cape
born
Verde.
here, right?
I was born
Oh, you
here.
were born here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you came when you were 7.
No, my dad.
Your dad came when he was 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 100.
And you were born in Boston. Boston. That was it.
So what do you like to do when you're not doing music?
Oh, that's a
like
good one,
Your
yeah.
favorite hobby to do?
Sleep.
Sleep?
You love sleep.
I don't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay up a lot.
Yeah, I have to. That's the thing. Like, I have very high expectations of myself, and that's probably because I'm a Virgo. But like, I've just always been that way. And like, once I realized how like so much of this is based on how bad you want it, I was like, okay. Because the moment I slip, somebody else is gonna go in front of me.
Gonna go and take
I
it.
just don't like that idea. And it's not even for me. Like, I don't care that my name is on billboards or my name is on an article. That's not what I care about.
Yeah.
What matters to me and why I do all of this is because I need to get to a point where I can finally give all that I have to the communities that need it most. Like, way down the line when
She's a giver.
I know.
I have to.
Very
There's
much
not
so.
enough
So
people
much
like that.
expectation.
And
Now I see it.
if nobody does, like, later down the line when I have, you know, the enough finances and all that, I want to have like my own management company and like do work specifically in Africa, not even just to like give money, because they have a bunch of people that are doing that, investing in Africa, but the education piece is what
That's
I
awesome.
think they need the most.
I want to say thank you, not only for this interview, but also I've been a semi-artist before, and I know how selfish artists can be. Like, you know, they want the fame for themselves, and they want their ideas for themselves. They want to shine, you know, and for you to basically take a step back and say, you know what, because you're still a very, very young artist, right? Like, you still have time to basically do your thing. And you're just basically making a decision, not because you're not wanted, not because people are not loving you, but basically saying, you know what, I'm going to take my experience and take my knowledge right now and put it in other artists. And that is something that you really need to be applauded for, because that really, like, there's not a lot of people that are that, you know, selfless like that. Usually people really, they really, like, their ego or be like, no, you know, I'm better than this artist or whatever, I'm gonna do it. So for you to do that, I already applaud you for it. I just want to thank everybody for watching us today. Thank our guest, Shantel Texeira. Some people know her still as Shantel C, but she has evolved and is looking at a different path in her life right now. And we're going to try and be happy for her. No, we're very, very happy for her. Shantel, thank you so much. You're such an amazing soul. We love always being around you. We love hearing your stories, and we wish you nothing but luck and happiness and, you know, just a lot of product. Like, just keep building product. And
keep shining, okay?
You will always have a place here with Praçazul, and we will do anything to help you. All right? Thank you, everybody out home, for watching us, and we'll see you guys next week.